Osu and stuff, you like RuneScape.
Those
Though
games are
unironically,
so unrelated. What?
they're not. That's
Oh,
the
I guess
crazy
if
thing.
you're like
His
if you're like
logic is it's reactionary, like it's like a rhythm game.
I
Everything
guess
works
I know
off
there's
of
like
wrong if you're
server
doing
tips.
sweaty.
Yeah.
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 If you're sweating out, it's literally like click precise and like that's all it is.
Yeah, they're optimizing your server ticks on your blackjack.
Yes, basically. You should see
See, I know
Lorelai play.
things.
Like I've been playing this game since I was like 4. Lorelai plays it for 1 year and is already like a fucking god at the game. I'm just trash, I guess. It's absurd. When people just like get it. And I'm not bad. Alright, let's get this right. Oh, I need to contact them. Ari's doing it.
Yeah, I've been told IRL from people at WoW for RuneScape, and he tried to get me into it multiple times.
Like quitting WoW for RuneScape for me is just weird. So, because RuneScape is such a like put down pickup game.
I don't know. I think he put down himself for like what the bottom game is, and then just goes back to RuneScape.
No more rodent mess in our chemicals. We're a cleaner operation.
Unless you just want to like
Thanks
super
to
sweat
you.
at like getting it at PvP or like the very high end of PvM. It's just such a
We've
casual game.
loaded up this shredder with
Like,
our newest
go at your own pace kind of
antifreeze.
casual. Why is my pace?
Tested out by icing down a few things.
Fuck.
Is your mouse broken again?
I don't know, man. Sometimes it just don't work.
Do you ever try to like relog if it doesn't work and see if it works then? Because I have like
Yeah.
a weird thing where for the first time I log in for the day, my like term binds are like slow for some reason. When I relog, it fixes it. I don't know why it does that.
What the? Such a random problem.
What sort of game are you guys playing?
I don't know.
Okay,
I'm
it's
just sitting
working
here
now.
dealing
I
with the
don't know why it
random
just
full
changed.
freezes. None of that though.
Hey guys, Martian's here.
I just had a question.
Huh?
One goblin's
Have you
tragic
considered
oil
adding the
spill
bear hat
is
to your
another's
transmog?
marketing opportunity. So get in there and clean
Which
up with
bear
our
hat?
patented cleaning
I'd
products.
find it.
Oh,
This
the
thing.
Swift the Fox cap?
This thing. And he look really good on you.
Really, it's a raccoon head is in the name or something.
Our pragmatic corporate philanthropy will be
But I
great
just
for
don't
our
know
brand
say that it's
recognition.
considered a game.
I got this one.
That's fake.
Interesting.
Come on,
mean,
chop chop. We're
I
getting
didn't
paid
quit
commission,
for it,
not
so yeah.
hourly.
WoW season openings are like the best gaming content. Period, in my opinion. But RuneScape's just more consistent. Like it's always just kind of pretty good.
What advertiser here yesterday too?
I never saw them. If they were... Wait, there's two people. Oh, I just,
I don't
the
know
guy
who-
just
I don't know who this
joined the
Oh,
guy
live.
was.
what's this random mage?
Oh, oh.
I don't know, they requested off the other person.
Weird. What if they're
Wrap it up.
forced to give the
I
spiel?
ain't spending more than another minute here.
Marshmallow is your raid lead
And
tonight.
that's why we got insurance, folks. Clean it up.
Yeah. Do we hit him with your?
I really want
Our
to stack those
condolences.
2 canisters on the 2 first soaks. I don't even think we need to overstack 3 and 4. Those guys always make it. In theory.
One canister on one canister and two.
Yeah, I was
Just
helping
hold it
a
there?
guild today, like first pull the boss, and they were having a lot of troubles with the 1 and 2 soaks. I'm just like put one on the other, just try it, and it seemed completely fine.
I feel like we never have to for the system.
Yeah,
I
not
mean-
really.
If it increases the HPS, they'll do it.
Yeah, your healers will love you.
And time's up. Grab your gear
And then if we want to like double sell in the future, it enables we were gonna do a strat. I didn't even know that was a thing, so that makes sense.
I don't care what we do as long as we get the fuck out of here.
Oh.
Yeah, let's kill.
Body's right.
Odyssey blood.
Oh wait, why is my
It's a good weapon that goes with leather.
my stream's not working right? Here, let me do this.
The
Oh, yeah, let me fix this.
thing.
I don't know if I have that.
Game overlay.
You have like a cleaver or something? Yeah, that's a pretty rare one. It's from like BFA Islands or something.
Here we go. Okay. Boom, and then boom. Okay, that should work now. Whoa.
Just
Oh, it is actually.
But he was in the group, he's the one who invited me.
Let's do the world class reading.
Yeah, it's okay. Raid's starting.
He has his priorities.
Yeah, I had to do my world quests twice a week. They reset on Fridays.
Are you farming like a map or something?
But like, the goblin reps takes like 4 months or something of doing all the content to get them all.
Why though?
You wouldn't get it, Jared.
That grew. My bad.
He's
I wouldn't get it
cash.
doing that shit for 4 months.
Yo, pleb. You know how you wouldn't buy me a BOE?
It's that Drew
You want-
connection, man.
You wanna buy me a glazer? It's good. It'll last longer than a BOE.
Trying to get me to blaze you up?
Send me a screenshot of the cost.
Yeah.
What's the damage? Time's a waste.
If it looks like it's worth it, I will do it. Is there like an auction house website? I think Undermine Journal went down or something. Oh, dude, that's like a payout. It's really tempting. The double glazer goes kind of hard.
What's a laser?
It's the weapon that's got the
What the fuck?
it's got the honey dripping off of it. You see that? And it's got like jiggle physics and everything.
Maybe
Oh.
Go with my partially
There you go.
completed Mog.
Yeah, this thing. I just found it.
Level 50.
What is that big deal?
That's crazy.
It's a BFA weapons from Islands. Really.
Tactics, what do you want to farm islands?
I won't be doing that.
Did you not get Expedition Leader when it was current content?
No.
Greatest ever game.
You just didn't take the game serious back then, I guess.
No, I was actually a noob back then.
Hmm.
you like farming islands for like 10 hours at a time.
Oh yeah, just for that fucking neck. That was fun.
That was. Did you say that?
I was being ironic.
Good.
Of course it fucking sucked.
Dude, I watched so many movies farming islands. That was a good time.
Yo, has anyone got the transmog toy or the thing you can drop?
What about this thing?
Which one?
Oh my god, tactics. That's disgusting.
I'm not done.
There you
You
go.
like it?
He's right over here.
Oh, Yeah, this is the right guy.
Hmm.
Need a good shield.
I think the best time was when you were farming Benfic and Island at the same time. That was
Mhm.
great.
Are we
Yeah,
getting called
Vic.
today or no?
Looks so. Right, I put the pictures of the boss in the channel in case people have questions, but I was pretty comfy yesterday. Make sure you get your flasks and shit. Let's make this nice and quick.
There's still potions left and flasks and food. Yo, is Council's Guile better than Radiant Power for MM? Yeah. I haven't found a sim that says otherwise, so I think it's just better for everyone. I would still say sim it, but I've been telling people to sim it, and I haven't heard anyone say that it's not worth it for them. So probably safe to say it's just the best.
I think it's get to repair.
Take another flask if you need. There's 5 left.
Should I be worried if my left arm is numb or am I vibing?
Oh, you're good.
How long has it been
You're
numb?
fine.
Now, like,
Like 20 years old. Fine, but-
do you smell popcorn?
Yeah, it tastes delicious.
Oh, that's
5,
not good.
4,
Yep, no problem.
2, 1.
Run away.
It's just pinging people on pole.
She's just pinging Jared. Leave him alone.
I literally can't use like most of my spell
Is it your mouse?
Fate frontal.
I'm just
Do we
No,
need to
don't.
just-
Oh.
soak is yours?
I mean, I literally was just.
Which soak is yours?
3.
It's this one when it comes.
Abe's is gonna have to
It doesn't. It's not picking up.
We're doing the double
Bomb is
double
not
double.
picking up.
Wait, jump, and at the apex of your jump, click it.
I think we're
Oh.
Oh, and it's fully over all the soaks. Yeah.
Just dodge.
Wouldn't let me take it.
Someone like click it or on accident and
I
like
think-
drop it. That's usually what happened.
I mean, you can't drop it, right?
No, you can't.
I just tried to after everyone was dead, and it let me. I don't know.
Skill issue.
Am I actually good now?
Tactics doesn't have the glazer.
Yeah, that's true.
Also have the bear
Marsh,
head.
Marsh paid me to wipe there.
Yeah, his parse was ruined.
What?
What do you mean? He was talking about he couldn't get gold yesterday because he's gold capped on that character.
Think he's giving that to you, dude?
He did already.
He didn't. Otherwise, you would have bought the glazer.
No, I wouldn't spend that. I can get
Depending how
flip to
much
buy it.
gold.
320, I think.
But buys you anything if you ask him nicely.
I have all that. Let's start them over then. Just medium.
What trinket am I running? Priory and Pacemaker. I'm gonna buy a Mythic Pacemaker in 3 weeks, but until now, this is basically my entire set.
You can feel me again, Talenti. It's fine.
So I
Your button's working now?
God, I hope so.
5,
You did
4,
Tetsu, hello?
3,
I mean, it seems to be
2,
working.
1.
Yeah, it's working.
Remember to stay spread in this phase. If you stack on someone else, you take double down.
Go to the technician immediately.
Fate frontal.
Fading is out. Step out.
What's that one guy doing?
Look at this life.
So we are doing the overlap, so
Yeah.
You guys should be going
Oh,
there.
what?
It seemed fine.
Did I do that?
Yeah. Moving around your soaks. Bring 1 and the big things to 1 and 2.
Fate frontal.
Go bait the funnel now. Baiting. Move. Moving around for soaks. For soaks. Range group together. The bait on the boss. Throw them over. Over.
Fate frontal.
Blazes out.
Disciplines.
Number 6 now. Into the barrier. Locate your Sudad. Get your soak. Away. We can just kill the technician with cleave here. Get ready to go bait.
Fate frontal.
Baiting now. Step out. Pressing.
Remember we're stacking.
Into the link.
Blasting ads here.
Range going at her.
Make sure we get
Range going middle. Going outer.
do this one.
Go to your spots.
It's gonna be slightly off to the first frontal.
That front was kind of weird.
I couldn't get into that. I don't know.
Somehow it was
You
like
were
I think
I was
I
in
think
melee and I literally.
we were on the other side. It wasn't even looking at
Like
us.
gave you circles, yeah. That was
Wait,
really
really?
strange. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
Entry
what
then winning
circles in it and all?
circles.
It's fine. That's fine.
weirdly enough, I was definitely in it and I didn't get a circle, so that was sick for me.
Didn't get one.
Coming out of his ass now. It's the new change.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bait frontal.
It made the funnel. And then your soaks. Bring together. Go to your soaks. Then we'll beat the funnel after.
Bait frontal.
Beat the funnel. Sidestep out. Moving off the funnel. Together. Go after the tank thing. Looks like it's waiting. Move on the gateway. Blade just
Bait
got out.
frontal.
I got knocked off. Yeah, so I'm getting through.
There was a person greeting right here. Is that the one of this one?
No, I was over on the side. There's somebody on the side. It's okay.
How much do people pay to lay dead on the floor? I think it depends. I think it's around like 15 mil. It like changes every week, and that's not my job in the guild, so I don't keep up with it. Hi, Mr. Cows. In top is MM. Do I think Sentinel is just as good as Dark Ranger or what? I think Sentinel is probably way better in top, specifically, than Dark Ranger. I think that's like one of the best Sentinel keys in the game. It's surprisingly very AoE centric, for being full of bosses.
You were out super far to the right, right?
Yeah, I was gonna void elf in, but I got knocked, so it just all got too late. That's what I usually do.
could have outplayed.
Yeah. Also, a lot of those bosses aren't actually single target. There's only all right. I got that one, but there's really only like 2 single target bosses in that whole place, and that's where Dark Ranger would excel.
Maybe the bait with Blaze.
Bait frontal.
Kill the technician. Did he step out? Stepping out.
Technician slow.
Very healthy.
Looping around for your soaks. You're gonna take extra damage here. Grouping together.
Someone get second hit.
Soak's coming. And we'll bait after.
Bait frontal.
For bait. Stepping out. Kill all, don't give them buffs. Loop around for your soaks. Come up. Put together. Good. Waiting for that to explode. Get out the gate.
Bait frontal.
He's out. And go now. Barrier. Good
I
kicks.
got one wrenchman. I got both.
Someone get second kick. That was get first.
Get in your smoke spots. Get in your 6 spots. Watch your health here. It's the hardest part to get that going.
Battle shot.
Get rid of this.
Bait frontal.
Give him battle shot easy. And get rid of bait. Baiting. Stepping out. Looping on your soaks. Your soaks. To the link. Ranged outer. Range good middle. Go outer. Kill this second one range. Good. Going middle. Go to your spots. Cone Soak one's coming here on the left. Big fire far. Yeah, it's kind of a bad spot. Just speed more to the left. They kite left with the problem. Good. Rockets coming.
Bait frontal.
Bombs on the ground. Bait in the funnel.
I soak.
Bunso coming on the right. Bait fire fire. Immune circuits coming.
Bait frontal.
Bait the funnel here.
No soak.
Depression's coming. Good. Don't soak force coming. I believe that Mar and Gunner gotta get ready here.
I'll jump late though. Okay. In 3, 2, 1.
Bait
no.
frontal.
Rip.
Watch your feet.
Watch these.
Res easy. He's on the left here.
I can soak these if you taunt.
Range mid.
This looks me again.
Watch melee.
Melee right.
Make sure we're getting kick safe.
Hard focus the ads.
Watch the beam.
They're moving soon.
Right here.
And they're moving. No.
Go middle. Kill the last one, please. Who's that on? Actually, we're gonna kill it. Go outside.
Who we raising? We're holding?
What do you want?
Good, that's fine, I think.
Doesn't matter. Just get a reason. Play paste against. Go place the lead. Doesn't matter. Get in this.
Get Jared.
We're all on one side. Just be careful here.
There's none in melee. Be careful. You have to back up. Be ethical.
There's gonna get a ton of bombs in melee. That's what he's talking about. Step away from the bombs.
Right.
Just pop a personal on that side.
Bait frontal.
Bait the funnel.
Better win.
Not even gonna see the third soak.
All free boss.
He bought a full loot funnel, so whatever he wants.
Oh,
Make sure we have
I got the mount.
Somebody trading them out.
Yes, please.
Oh, I hope I don't have to.
Also, I need one of the mounts to go to Zan. Ideally. Please.
Actually, I guess I don't really care about the mount yet.
It's potentially his last raid.
Loot too. I think so far only winning has loot his mount.
Chelsea got one.
Oh, did I loot him out?
I got one.
You did. That
Okay,
pays.
I don't mind. I don't mind trading mine.
Giving,
That's
not
fine.
to Talenti.
Literally don't use this thing ever.
Okay, you can give your mount. Only's trying to scam me.
I already have it. I just
You need
showed me
more?
trade. I like two.
Who's giving it to who? Because one's going to Zen and one's going to the buyer.
Did anyone trade yet?
Just let me know. I haven't
traded.
traded.
I traded to Zan.
Okay, I'll give mine to the buyer.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah,
You
wait,
got it,
where is
bud.
he?
Keep your fucking mount winning.
Look, I just want to give away a mount.
Fucking mount, bro.
Wait, winning. You get him. I can't find them. Oh, yeah.
I'm winning.
You can have it.
How do you want
I'll
this
get
game?
it
Nice.
someday.
Do I want what?
Do you want this maze?
Wait, actually,
Oh, I don't care. It's just Mog.
Well, thank you.
it's kind of the mount. If you look at it, squint really hard.
Yeah. Nice quick kill. Yeah, it was fast. Now I don't know what to do with the rest of the stream.
Best in slot.
Maybe some of my friends are keen.
The belt.
It's just stat bouncing one way or another. It's also just free crests. You get the what is it called? The belt
Well,
buckle?
it's
That's
MM's
nice.
bis. So wait, what do you have?
You can count me out. If I'm in the
It's just you and him.
yeah. It's like a minor upgrade. Mine has avoidance, even though it's worse stats, so I don't mind just wearing it.
And one of no one will be wearing either.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's 2 resets from now. Do you guys see that
think they
post where it was
announced
like,
it, did they?
I heard it was in 2 weeks from someone, but I'm not sure who.
2 weeks
Mm.
what?
That news.
11-1-7.
I can't imagine it's out the same week as Enchants. Or the
Ace,
Helmet Chant.
where are you? We keep running by each other.
Right here. Cool.
I could technically trade Hottie for Mog. I'm coming to town.
What the? No love for Hottie?
Huh?
Better hunt
Nope.
him down.
We love Hottie.
Raidman. He's my favorite raccoon.
But I feel like I did like illegal boss damage on that kill. Yep, that's what I thought.
I don't know if anyone's posted before.
You got the 100
Did you see the
100
thing about
boss
the
dampers.
belt right after not giving people free gear.
What's
Very
that?
powerful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Did anyone get a screenshot so I can?
Oh, I think winning gave it to him.
Already.
I gave him the mount. I didn't screenshot anything.
Uh oh. Okay, surely it's okay.
He's still in the group. Can ask him to like get on it.
Yeah, tell him to mount up.
He left.
He is? Yeah, he's gone. What was his name?
I use that guy for like my thing. I could just ask him for a picture if you want.
Let me see if they're gonna require it. I just messaged him.
Oh,
I
you
just
already
wanted to trade me
sent
Marsh.
something.
I'm next to the vault.
Okay.
That's where I like to log off, so that way I can watch people get disappointed with what they get.
The fuck?
That's the most Hottie answer of all time, actually. Holy shit. That's my goat.
Alright. They said we don't need a screenshot. But they do it. In the future, probably. I think we are done. I will start cooking next week. We'll get more,
Valenti did big damn.
bosses. If you get
He
if you're
did.
Again, plus you're 1 year olds, just let me know. I'll try to prive you.
97 bursts for damage.
Are you saying something like we had to hold Dinars till after break or something the other day?
If you're in alt, if you're like bringing your alt in, you should definitely hold your Dinars.
You're not in that conversation, Ivs.
Okay.
Like for your shaman.
Okay, because the rogue is dead. I see.
Well, no, I just mean you already. That's your alt, right? Or like you have two. Like he's basically saying like.
Already anyway.
Yeah. This is like my monk's gonna get a run in like 8 weeks or something, so I'd troll if I bought something right now.
Characters
Yeah.
In theory, if they had Abyss in plus only, they could just buy that, right?
Sure.
Or Signet with
yeah.
Abyss.
I think he means specifically just don't like troll because you're probably gonna get the raid unlocks. If that's in your equation.
You're buying a raid unlock.
Yeah, I need House of Cards on my monk like now, Marsh. It's unplayable.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do that.
Next week.
If you do the last boss, does it unlock every other boss? Probably not, right? No, it doesn't.
No. When I
forgot,
hovered
yeah.
on my
Second
shaman,
book,
it said it
yeah.
requires like a 1-arm kill, not.
Yeah, the game isn't good. I always forget.
Yeah. Also, it's just not account bound for reasons. You know.
Yeah, I always forget.
Whoopsies.
They want us to struggle.
Winning, you have to give them credit. They are but a small indie company. Okay, they could not see these things coming.
Yeah, I mean, really just anything to keep their numbers above 0. So.
Amen.
Alright, I need about 6,000 crests on my monk, I think. How many do you need to max out?
Sounds like light work.
I have
well,
0
I had
right now.
About 490 before, and I did the math yesterday.
Let me see if any of my so my group isn't playing, but
About 1,000.
I want to see if any of my
Nice.
other
Yeah,
friends are doing
That's a
keys.
couple dungeons, couple 12s.
It might be closer to 1,100.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's only like 50 12s or.
Oh, I wish MDI was
55,
already over.
it's
Oh,
1100.
you could get that done by tomorrow, right?
That's like a
sounds
2
1 day
day.
work.
Yeah, that's like 1 day work. Yeah.
Also, I'm pretty sure winning Apostrophe Walker could definitely get into 12s all day long, right? Like he's.
We just did a
pretty
12
powerful.
earlier. Yeah, I'm 666.56.
Shit.
You know, I think Heroic Jaster is worth buying the Zenar if you're never gonna kill Mythic Galley. You already saw, or you saw the video now. Thank you. Alright.
I catalyzed a champion track chest for 4
It depends what else you're also doing. But I would say Heroic Jaster is very, very good.
Champion track bracer.
Yeah, I remember that. That was big. That was big.
Big pash right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not many players would do that. I would definitely look at the socket in my bag and wait.
To be fair, I may have been under the impression that Rogue was dead the next week when we were done. It is now sitting there. Still
You
with
know-
the same bracers on.
I think you should just be playing Outlaw.
Outlaw. Ooh.
Bring it to raid.
I want to learn how to die to every mechanic with Killing Spree. That does
Yeah,
sound
Killing
fun.
Spree's an ability. You should remove it.
Yeah. Or just make it Blade Dance. So you don't actually teleport around. Oh my god, I am so close to the achievement. It's fine.
Can I show my talent? Sure. This is what I was playing for Gallywix.
And it'll be useless anyway, because it won't work for the slots you don't have the higher eye level on yet.
It doesn't work up to 670, whatever 6 of 6 is?
You can work to 6.
I was playing Bloodshed and most
Beyond that, it's just
of
like
this raid.
have a guy
I
on
think
the
this
account
build
that
is
has
better
these
for like the last 3 because you get double execute talents and you get this if you're getting PI at least.
Next to get the achievement, so that my last
Yeah.
3 slots I get a tiny discount at least.
Hi there, I have a random hunter question. Not sure if you or chat would know. Sure. You're mostly pushing M+. Yeah, my first purchase, if you're pushing M+, would be Mythic Pacemaker. I think that's the best purchase.
Before too, just from 675 to
Second is some on-use trinket, so either Mythic Priory or Hero House of Cards. It's kind of preference. I would sim them and see what's best for you.
One fucking situation where you actually got rewarded for having ults yesterday. I got
And then third purchase is probably Jaster Diamond on either Heroic or Mythic,
Yeah, that shit was sick.
depending on what you're doing.
682 on.
You have a friend that says whenever they play with a hunter that has pets, they would randomly DC.
I think technically,
I've
if you
never seen
upgraded
that
your
before.
heroic crest, you could have just been maxed out instantly.
I was just thinking about something. Isn't Jester kind of trash for him plus? Like unless the stats are good for your spec, it takes 2 minutes to stack up.
He had over 1,000
it-
heroics when he converted the
It's a little complicated, but the answer is it is still worth it for keys. Basically it does big damn. Especially on fights like bosses and stuff, it'll gain its value back. But it is less valuable for sure. It's like barely better, I think, in keys and like way better in raid than another option. But like in MDI, when we were logging and everyone had Jaster Diamond, we were looking at our stats throughout the key and it was pretty strong. Is this the best hunter pet?
Gotcha.
I think this should work for.
He keeps asking to do stuff, but if people keep being full, I feel bad.
Maybe it doesn't. I'll just post this. Basically all
Probably going to work at like 1 a.m.
all pets do the same damage, and so it's just utility. And so these are my two favorite. This one's just cosmetic, and this one is speed on it. Do I want to do 12s Noxiv? I don't know. I was thinking of trying to get into like some high key for fun.
That's true.
Because I finished my crest farm yesterday. I guess I could do alt stuff to be honest.
We need more gold. I'm broke.
March is out here like, guys, I can't get more gold in my bags. Help.
Let me see if I can get into like some like
Just relieved him from his gold earlier.
18 group or something. Or 21st.
Next week we have some stuff lining up. A lot of people are joining our Discord or DMing me.
Marsh, I'll give you your dub. I feel like you don't get awarded many dubs, but the not panic buy, but the spontaneously buying out like 90% of our BOEs night one.
Ramos, if you go to my Twitch and type exclamation point pet, it'll work, but
Stayed up for so long.
it
Holy cow.
I never realized how dog shit BOE farming is.
just not posting for some reason
My thought process is
for YouTube.
we'll spend it because we always make it back.
Oh, I thought
The
you were
plug
playing
gets mad at
5D
me.
chess, but
No, I'm just a greedy.
But I have like an entire pet guide on Twitch.
W rescinded.
Greedy and lucky. Mark,
Yep.
all you need.
Yeah, like a true icy player.
Dang.
It's like I got my guild bank like privilege.
All right, Noxiv, invite me. I'll come heal.
They took it from me because I kept trying to give raiders too much payout.
I think there's no groups going for a little bit. I'm only gonna play for a few hours, so
But it was not pleb before. So
I'll get in there.
pleb took over.
I kind of got that impression when someone who won't be named.
Am I going for the
definitely
triple
said,
threat title
"I have no
too?
idea how Mark
Yeah,
does
I go for a lot of those cosmetics.
That's how he plays WoW.
Oh, you're just in chill for now? Okay.
It's video game money. Different.
True.
Really to sign up for pug groups?
Like out in video games.
Yeah.
When are the brothers back? Does anyone know?
Let me double check to see who's running stuff right now.
After the break.
Anyone know where they actually went?
All over Europe is my understanding.
I have no idea.
I think it's multiple countries.
That would make sense if you're there for like a fucking month.
Yeah.
Everyone calls me rich, which I'm not, and then these guys are just going on a monthly trip to Europe.
While you stay in your humble castle.
I am going to Aruba in 2 weeks.
Yeah, not rich, by the way.
I go for 1800 in PvP. I usually go for 2100 for the Mog. On my main. I think I'm like
Being so rich,
300 rating in
$15
at the moment.
for rivals.
Maybe that's what I do.
It is farm.
I just PvP for fun or something.
I'll do it.
Do you want me to break my hands?
It's easier on the hands than melee. There's no L cancel, but it still feels flashy and fun.
Have you seen my?
I'm just worried about breaking his hands playing a video game. Meanwhile, he's going to like a basketball game and breaks another bone every weekend.
Exactly. My toe, my arm. Dude, I can't possibly play a video game. I'll hurt myself.
Conquest is on cap now too. Maybe I start doing my push for the season.
I saw the 60% L cancel. You still won that set.
Yeah, I barely.
I did like the bare minimum so far.
auto cancels.
Wait, does PvP gear? Okay, good. I was actually worried that they like overthought or didn't think about this enough.
I used to be a Fox main.
Good.
My hands were gonna explode, so we had to tone it down.
I thought they like forgot about them. Like, what if this didn't scale to 684 or something?
He moved to Peach and then broke my hands.
Yeah, it's definitely crazy comms.
Dude. I got really into trying to shield pressure FC Nair. It's pretty high.
Am I going for that achievement too? You just DM'd for me. Earn 2,500 conquests. Oh, I've never heard of this. Interesting. Item enhancements. What's my...
I think the guild has 60 million gold, which is good.
I'm gonna use this weapon for now, even though it's crit.
12 mil coming? No, 10? That's pretty good.
Were the last two cuts minus guild cut or no? I don't even know what sales are going
I think
for.
that was from the last two. I think we'd just be at like 70. So Pleb will probably do something.
Let's do...
Message at like 5 a.m. being like, I'm giving everyone 700k, yes or no, and then
I don't know, let's just get these two.
Let's see. Wait, but cuts are already up, right? If guild bank is full, or are they going up higher? I guess is what I'm asking.
I mean,
I
we
don't
might get another one from this week. I know when I was looking at it earlier today, Pleb mentioned there's 6 guild banks that are capped with 10 mil coming. So I'm assuming it's going to be 70 mil.
Oh, nice. Alright, so that's better than that at least.
But they're helping Easy. Easy is just very new to raiding, so he's always getting coaching.
At least he's
Coaching?
asking questions.
Well, it's just like UI stuff, you know, when you like play with someone, their UI is abysmal.
I have
but
like
you
way
get
too
in
much
game,
crit.
It's like that.
I'll fix that eventually.
Like he didn't even know how like
Half the
doors
skill.
worked.
Our tank killed him yesterday on one of the soaks. And he messaged me very confused. The soak,
Alright, let's
the
queue
tank,
it
the
up.
tank frontal AoE was like
I need to hit
95% overlap.
I need to hit
with the
2100
circle,
at some point
and
for the
we were
Mogs.
like, he just got pixel killed. He was like, "What the hell?"
Did he think he fucked up?
The Mog from this
He
season is
was
really
like,
cool
"Is this
for
wrong? Is this normal? Why is why is
Elite.
the circle completely overlapping us almost?" I was like, "No, that's not normal. It's what it is. Go next."
That kid, when we were talking to him in like a trial review, he complimented 3 people for being extremely helpful. Number
I'm
one
not
helpful
included.
person, you were included. Number one helpful person was Krim. He called Krim the nicest, most helpful person and a mentor.
You can get 2100 solo
Wow.
shuffle. You can get 2100 in any of the ratings.
Paid for that
If you're playing solo, these are the easiest too. But
You also mentioned winning, Jared.
and I guess it depends if you have someone to
There's
queue
no
with
way
or
he
not.
messaged me.
Like you
He
can get it
messaged
in
me
any of
stream
these,
One day I didn't see it for 3 days.
or if you have like an RBG team or something.
I looked.
Is
And
there
I
a
was like,
diminishing
"Wait,"
return on
I
crit
was
for
like, "I
MM, or
didn't
should you
see
get as
it,
much as
bud."
possible? I would sim it,
I was like,
Mira.
I didn't see it.
Basically the answer is no. My hunter still wants more crit for MM. Ask her for Hero of the Horde. I've been 2400 in RBGs, but I never got the 0.1 title for anything. Yeah, I got 2400 in Shadowlands. There was like a weapon to get for rating that everyone really wanted, and so we had to get 2400. But we didn't get this. We were actually kind of close because not a lot of people RBG. It's like even hitting 2400. I think it was like 2500 that season or something. Oh yeah, I should go PvP talents thing. Nice. Here's an ask us the sim wants more crit, but some guys say it falls off hard after 40%. Ooh, what guys are saying that? I think what they might be talking about is the raw percentage, which we're not hitting yet. Like, for example, let me put on my MM set. See how it says 54%? See the raw percent on the right? It says 40.23. You're gonna hit soft DR after that number goes above 40, but like the left side, like this 54% isn't the number that gets CR'd, it's the raw number. And I have a flask on that was giving me more crit. My actual haste or my actual crit is 35%, and so you're not gonna ever really hit past 40. Azores, like on Icy Veins. Let me pull it up. Icy Veins, MM Hunter stats. Let's see what he's saying. You mentioned this. Yeah, actual crit chance. Yeah, so you really don't even hit these numbers. So 2100 crit is the number he puts there. Let's see. But that's off. Yeah. Well, I guess here you want to read this text here. You get less benefit. Basically, you enter like stat DRs now. They're square root scaling past through certain percents here and here. But just because you're getting DR doesn't mean that you're not losing stats or you're not losing value. And so basically, if your sim tells you to keep stacking it, then all you should take from that is that your sim is deeming going deeper into the stat DR worth it. And for me, it's still taking me to get more crit. How much haste and mastery for my MM? Let me go back. I have 6,000 haste, which is a little too much to be honest. You want like maybe like 4,000, 3,000 haste. Like you want as little haste as possible because you'd rather have more crit and mastery for Sentinel. And then my mastery, I have 15k. What's this mount called? It is called Telix the Stormhorn. Yeah, Sims don't lie. Yeah, like the sim is taking into account all of the stat DRs, so you don't really have to think about it. It is something like, I don't know. Like if you trust your sim hard enough, like you don't ever have to think about it. It is something I think about like in raid when I'm like considering like what pieces to take from other people. Like BIS lists exist for a reason because they kind of like min-max the like the stat DRs of everything. So like assuming you run into some stat DRs for some stats, it'll create like the perfect thing. And every time you do top gear, it's creating the best version of your character. Let's see. I think if I just buy 3 blood shards, I can just buy a socket. Oh, not a blood shark. Vicious. Oh, bloodstone. That's what they're called. Nice. I have enough honor to get 1 socket now. And then let's just arbitrarily pick neck first. Yeah, I feel like all the PvE necks suck. Robot tells me to start so much crit for BM. It's confusing all the guys see to stack haste. Yeah, the thing is like it wants you to get crit to a certain number, and then it starts valuing haste really high, and then once both of those are at a good number, then it starts valuing mastery pretty high. The whole thing for BM is it wants you to have these 3 stats in like perfect equilibrium. So like there is stat DRs that you're gonna approach on all of them, and basically it's like min-maxing like the efficiency of all 3. But basically you want like no verse, and you want like the perfect level of crit haste mastery to get like the perfect amount. 25k crit. Wow. How did I feel with our performance MDI? I thought it was pretty good for our first MDI. Our goal was to definitely make it past the first day, and so we kind of like did our pick bands because like with that in mind. But yeah, I wish our second day went a little bit better, but to be honest, for our first MDI, I think we kind of owned. I think I was really proud of everyone. Dang, these queues are taking forever. That Squish could play VDH and Prop Paladin? He can. I think the problem more than anything is we wanted this season. He hasn't really played them too much, and Walks had been playing VDH a lot this season. So even though you've played specs in the past, it doesn't really like really matter right now. Like for example, I've gotten title on like a couple other specs. Like I've gotten on Boomkin, I got on Windwalker, like Shadow Priest, Resto Shaman, for example. But if I just got on a Resto Shaman right now, I don't think I could heal like a 10. I don't know, maybe not like a 12 or something. But like it's changed a lot since I played it. And so like just because someone's gotten like title on it in the past doesn't mean like they still know how to play it. Like I don't even know what the hero talents do for like half the specs I just listed. I don't know anything about current Boomkin or like Shadow Priest, for example. Why did we play our off specs on Sunday instead of trying to qualify for Sunday with my off meta comp? What was the plan? Well, in hindsight, looking at the competition on the first day and the way everyone scored, I'm pretty sure it was like 57 points from Method, 56 from us playing meta, our main comp, which is our stronger comp, and then it was 54 from the other two teams. In practice, we could have gotten like 55, 56 points with our off meta comp, but we didn't know if that would have been enough on our first day. Basically, that was the problem. It required the other two teams to also get 54 points, and we knew that just seeing from practice, those teams could have gotten 56 points. Like I think they messed up a little bit, and our plan would have had to like require them to mess up, which I think is a bad plan if it requires that. Like our alt specs aren't as good as the main specs, and so I don't know if we would have gotten 56 points basically. How many specs do I think I could play at that level? It depends on our goals. The difference is like, so I've gotten title on a couple other specs, but I don't think I could play any of those specs in my prime on those specs in an MDI scenario. Like maybe Shadow Priest. That was probably one of my strongest ones. But like the difference between title and MDI is like pretty large. I tuned in during one of our guys' keys. You had seemed tilted and said that you guys weren't playing well and weren't focused. What was the goal to get them in check there? I'm not exactly sure what point you're talking about. There was a point midday where we had already trolled a couple keys, and once you get behind in a tournament like that, it's like very... If you watch the top two teams, they didn't really rip a key and they got all their 2 chests that they wanted. And we missed two chests that we knew we could do. We only got the Dark Flame 17, but we could have done the workshop and the theater. But starting off by not 2 chesting those two, like had bad momentum at the start. It basically added an entire extra key for us to do. Then we did 18 workshop, which we ended up depleting that one at the last second. I think that hurt morale really hard. Because we had not only not 2 chests at the 17 due to like, I think we had like a couple deaths to something, and we were short just those deaths basically. And then the 18 wipe at the end, meaning we had to redo the 18 entirely. It was like, I don't know, at that point we were 3 keys deep and we only had an 18 done. And at that point, like theoretically, like if we had been playing like let's say we were playing our main comp, for example, we would have timed the 17 2 chests, we would have done the 19, and then we would have done a 17 2 chest of a different key already, probably the top. And so we were like at that point at least 2 entire runs behind, because then we had to also do the 19 workshop, which we decided just to skip and jump to the next key. And then we went to 17 top, which we had a couple deaths, and then it ended up snowballing there too. To not 2 chests to 17 top, which top's our best key, so it was a little sad to not have that. I think tops are by far our best key, which is kind of funny, but ended up trolling a little bit there. It was a little unfortunate all around. But I don't think, I don't know if we were necessarily tilted. I think we went into Sunday knowing that our comp was, like, on paper it was just as strong, but we just had less practice on it. And so we were just weaker overall, I think. And I think knowing that we were less practice going in, like, kind of put things into motion from the start, where we were just like, oh, like maybe taking it less serious and more prone to mistakes. Day 1 we were like really dialed in. Like we were all, I don't know, it felt like perfectly like dialed, basically. It seemed tilted when you guys had a full wipe to cast going through in top just before Gore Chop. Oh, yeah, there was what's it called? I think I remember that. I think it was this guy. The Decaying Filth or whatever. It shot me during the gas bag pulsing stuff, like this pull. And we had a death there. Yeah. It's unfortunate because, I mean, I guess 2 people are playing not comfort picks. And I guess 3 people. Like we had 3 people not on their comfort pick. And when you're on your comfort pick, you're not really like doing everything like as you normally do. But in our main comp, we have this guy locked down every single kick. Like he never gets a single cast off, and we usually have extra kicks. Like we have 3 people alternating their melee kicks, and then I'm a backup, and if they ever need me because it's out or anything like that, I just kick. It's very OP. But in that case, we had like multiple like kicks overlap, and then like multiple kicks being up, and then it killed me. It was unfortunate there. Basically, I don't know. At this point, I do think our morale was pretty low. Like before this death even happened. I'm not sure exactly how you would. We would have had to have done our ban picks better, basically. I think to make day 2 competitive. I do also think if we had our main team on day 2, I don't know if we would have had top 2. Because at our best, we would have basically done what Method did at our very best, but that would have assumed like we played perfect. And I don't think you can't really afford, or you can't really assume you'd play perfect in a tournament like that. Because like day 1, based off of our practice, we should have got 19, 19, 19 across the board. But we only got 19, 19, 18. And so like that alone like kind of proves like we were a little behind. In general. Do we have a shot caller? It's normally squish for the most part on most things, unless the pull's really hard for a tank, and then we kind of divvy it up. Like there's some pulls where like Ort's calling kicks. Like in Priory, there's a pull where he's just calling kicks on one person. There's a pull in top where Ort calls kicks on one mob and Squish is calling the stops on the Shackled Souls. Let me pull it up. It's like this pull. So like Squish is like, all right, we're sweeping, we're ropping, we're roaring, whatever on the 6 souls, and then Ort's calling all the kicks on this guy, and I'm just kicking the volley on this guy. Like we divvy it up based on the pull. We also have like a very intricate like. We have like marks assigned to every mob. So like, for example, green means I'm soloing a kick on it. And like we have different markings that mean different things in every pull. Like, I guess this would be green here. And this one is diamond, which means it is squish kick into Noxiv kick. Like we have all this stuff hard assigned from the get-go. Like this guy's me solo. This one's squish into Noxiv, and then it's also walks into Ort. Did I find it stressful, or did we like the high stakes? I thought it was really fun and not super stressful, to be honest. That was really good, really fun. I guess this guy's technically star. That's what that should be. And so should this guy be. I'm dying. But like all these pulls, like the way I set up the marks, we kind of know exactly what we're kicking. So I'm soloing volley on this guy, squish knocks this guy, Ort, and walks on this guy. And then this is walks into Ort. This is squished into Noxiv. This is me on volley, and so on. Like every single pull is like already pre-calculated. Did I like the new MDI style? I think for viewers it was really good because it kind of forced variety, at least in day one. It kind of just turns into the meta picks anyway at high levels, which is just kind of expected. But one thing it does do is it requires a lot more, it puts a lot more pressure on the players, basically. Like if this tournament that we were just in was the previous MDI, or the previous CGP, I mean, we could have probably had more of a fair shot, but that's also because like our team's specific strength is that we're all one tricks and we just played them pretty well. But like the second you add bottoming, it's like, I mean, the players that are going to win are just the guys who are insane at bottoming, and like we kind of knew that going in. So the best teams being able to save meta for the end, so it kind of balances out. Kind of, yeah. I mean, you kind of, when the second we saw that format, we were like, oh, this is what the best teams will do. Like they will play like these comps into these comps, and that's basically what they all did. They all played like some variation of like Bear, Resto Shaman or HPAL, and then like Frosty K, Destrolock, I don't know, like you saw some MM hunters, stuff like that. Stuff that like they're just flexing to randomly on the first day, and then on the second day they're only playing what's possibly the best thing they can do in there. And so like even on day 2 you did see MM hunter in top. That makes sense. You would have seen Destrolock and Cinderbrew. That's just like a really good Destrolock key. So you would have seen that even if it was a day 2 key. No, you're gonna see like Arcane Mage and any of the high keys for the most part. You see Vengeance in any high key, basically everywhere. Day 1, I guess you could have seen like a Prout Warrior too. I think I saw one team doing that. But you're still not seeing like every spec in the tournament. But it is nice to see like the second best team on day 1. It is a quick take, but I find TGP style super boring. I like the MDIs, it would be super fast runs, etc. Yeah. I think the one thing I like about TGP is it's more relatable to, I guess, me at least. So this is my first time I've competed, right? But before this, I would just push high keys on live. And so watching the MDI for me was always a little boring because it's just speed running like weekly key levels, I guess. And so I didn't like ever like super value it. It always felt a little boring for me. The one thing I do think about that format that I really liked is normally it's like a one-on-one competition. Like they have like one team on the left and one team on the right, you know? It felt more competitive in that sense. TGP having 4 teams just kind of going at it at all times. I guess it is a little less interesting to watch. In that sense, it feels less competitive, at least. There's pros and cons to them. One thing, whenever I would watch TGP in the past, I would it would usually be like side monitor content, if that makes sense. Like it was something I had up, and whenever the casters would get hype about like, oh, this crazy pull's about to happen, like I'd kind of dial in, but otherwise it was just kind of there, and I was just like, oh, interesting, like this is the comp everyone's playing, and then, you know, kind of like do my own thing for a little bit while I'm playing WoW. It's on the other monitor, and then stuff like that. But MDI, you're like a little more dialed in. You're like, oh shit, like some group just wiped on like the second boss massive pull. Like what are they gonna do? Are they gonna be able to come back from that? And it was like a more, it was more on the line, I guess. But TGP is like a marathon, and MDI is kind of like a sprint. Because MDI or TGP is all about how well can you play over the course of 5 hours straight without like really stopping, besides to like take 2 bathroom breaks, basically. And you can afford a lot of mistakes. Every team's making mistakes in that time, and it's like who can make the least amount of mistakes. And then there's like 3 like insane teams that are like probably not really making mistakes at all, regardless. And so you're just like, if you're in there in those groups with those people, like you just basically need to have like a god run to be able to beat them. Dang, these PvP queues are taking forever. Is PvP dead? Maybe everyone's just PvEing because it's like the PvE week. Oh. There you go. If you just complain, the game hears you. Always fixes. Complaining to Pops? Yeah. Running chat. I'm not the greatest PvPer. All I do is I just use all my PvE knowledge and hope it works. What are your comps for Hunter this season? You see so many setups. If I had to guess, it's probably... So there's two ways you could go. I think the better comp is probably the meta comp. You just sub in Hunter over one of the meta specs, and it could be any of them, to be honest. Like you could replace the Arcane Mage and play Dark Ranger. You could replace the Unholy or the Boomkin. Probably the Unholy, but I'm not sure. And just replace them, and even though you're worse than like all of those options slightly, you just take their spot and you probably do really high keys with them. You could also just do full raid buff, so that's like the other way I would take it. So like one is like just play with, you know, like all the meta picks. There's like maybe 8 specs that are kind of in the meta, or you could play a full Fizz group, and that's what I do. I think those are the 2 best options. And a full Fizz group would be like you have a warrior, a monk, and probably a druid in the group. And then the last one doesn't really matter. Ideally, it's also a Fizz class of some sort. Shaman buff would be cool. Priest is fine. Let's say you replace, you just lock in DR. For some keys, yeah. Even though it's worse for certain dungeons. It really just depends if your group needs that or not. I didn't socket this yet. Or shit. Elusive. Blasphemate. And put this in. There we go. Sick. A little bit of speed. Wrestler, Druid, Prot, Warrior, Windwalker, Monk work? That would be pretty good. I would say Sentinel. You would play with that group. The Windwalker Monk's gonna carry the single target. Your comp's gonna be really strong in like theater. And you should be fine. Like overall. Windwalker does so much single target that it kind of carries that a bit. I'm dead. Yeah. Our team just got wiped. Red Pala, most are one tricks. Red Pala's the jack of all trades right now. It can replace anything as well. I think its strength is like more AoE focused, but it's pretty good at most things. Like if you needed to do single target, it can do pretty decent single target. It's not gonna end well. We're PvPing? Yeah, I was looking for content, Squish. No one was around. Everyone was either raiding or like MDI practice. Oh, it's over. Enhance is also really good, yeah. Just for like the phase comp. I think it's really solid in there. This is squishy. The problem with having Enhance and Hunter in the same comp is they're both like on the squishier side on certain fights, and so on those fights your comp just gets really, it's really hard to live some of those fights. DH Prio is really good. Yeah, DH is really good Prio. I would say Arcane and Dark Ranger kind of do what it does better because it has like more AoE for both of them. But also Havoc doesn't fit perfectly with us because I feel like if you were going to play a Havoc in a comp, it would basically replace something in the meta comp to try and make its comp work. But you're kind of just like... Also, we're just hard losing this game. But like, sorry, what I was saying about Havoc is like, I feel like its thing is like it needs to replace Arcane in the meta comp for it to be kind of viable in some way. But otherwise it's just, I feel like it's not going to synergize well with Hunter at least. Waste Hunter squishy. We're very tanky in regards to predictable damage. So like think any fight that does pulsing damage in any sort. We're gonna be really OP at those. The things that we're bad at is rat fights. So like if you think of Candle King and Swamp Face, I feel like Hunter's still not great at that. Our defensive archetype is we have all these buttons, like 2 charges of Survival of the Fittest, we have Turtle, we have Sentinel Shield. So we're always going to be really squishy to rot damage, and those fights in particular, if you had an Enhance and a Hunter in that group, I feel like you would struggle. That's the stuff I was talking about in specific. Like let's say you're doing Workshop, that's a key where it wouldn't have mattered because you're going to have a defensive for every single thing, and every single mechanic in Workshop is like defensible. Like last boss, you have something to cycle for every single time you get targeted. What else is there? Like first boss, like there's the pulsing damage from the first boss, like that you can just press the defensive every single time. Cujo, you have a defensive for every time there's a dispel. Like Enhance and Hunter are going to be fine at those kind of fights. It's just when you have both an Enhance and a Hunter on like Swamp Face, like your healer might struggle to keep everyone alive. Gonna be a problem there. What other clothes have rot? Something like a Havoc Demon Hunter is kind of like invincible on a fight like Swamp Face, where it's very... I would say Havoc Demon Hunter is the opposite of our archetype. So they don't really have a lot of buttons. They're just really good against rot. Something like DK is also just very, very healthy, like consistent healing. Outlaw Rogue is like invincible on Swamp Face because they just always take like faint DR basically like, the whole time. Yeah, and they stack verse, like they're just insane. Thing. Dang, you really want to kill on that swap. Dang. I think we just messed up our what's it called? Our DRs. Yeah, this is not super healthy. Thing. Damn. Like this spec's interesting. Do I just want to like? I feel like it's multi-barb. I was playing the wrong hero talents there. I missed my trap. Yeah. Damn. I might be dead here. Yeah. Torch. Shadow Priest actually a good target to kill? I don't know. I don't know anything about PvP right now. Do both. I think I want to push from this rogue. Damn. Oh, it might be dead. I think we're okay now. Wow, there's no way. No. Damn. Every sack tech was on me. All of his he would just swap burst me. That's good. Put that on my burst. No, 288 rating. Damn. What is he pinging for? This rogue's like communicating as if I know what's happening. He's pinging like when my trap's on cooldown and my stun's on cooldown. Like at first I thought he was trying to tell me to CC, but he's just kind of doing it randomly, it feels like. Okay. Damn. Not going our way. I like that you guys are just talking about your similar comp. That's kind of sick. What are the dungeons I feel DR is better in? I like it a lot in Workshop and Rookery. It kind of just depends on like oh nice, interesting. It kind of depends on your group and like what you're gonna wipe on. Like what I always say is like you can play DR in actually literally any key and you can play like multiple variations of it, but what I think is best is like the single targeting one. I think it's really strong for what's it called? Oh, I need a turtle. I'm dead. Damn. PvP rip. Yeah, it's not going hot at all. I think we're gonna lose all 6 rounds right now. I'm the guy who loses every round. Unfortunately. Imagine how many would play PvP if they dumbed it down a notch and removed spells, etc. It'd be more like League, right? Where like class kits are very simple. And it's more like, I guess the complexity of League is like you also buy a lot of items that are more complex. Damn. Damn. All right. Well, that's how we lose 6 in a row. You were PvP until BFA? Like it was speaking too much if you had a break over a long stretch? Hmm. Yeah, glad I'm not playing HLS with old survival, the good old days. Chad, are you guys gonna play what's it called? Mop Classic? So you're not to give it a chance? Yeah. Do they usually do like what's it called? Like free character boosts? What's your favorite expansion? The last time you did Hall of Fame, but it might not hit the same. Surrender Shadow Priest. There's a lot of nostalgia. I do have some friends that raid in MOP. The one thing, or there are going to be raiding MOP, they're raiding Classic right now. One thing is like, what are people going to do when Mythic comes out for like WoD Classic? I feel like a lot of MOP guilds right now, there's a lot of 10-man guilds. I feel like they're everywhere. But are most of those guilds just going to die, or are they going to like merge with another guild? RMT challenge mode carries. A long time ago. That's crazy. I didn't play then. But I have friends who played back then that were like that was their full-time job. They just sold challenge mode carries. They give us a good late season. Yeah. I think season 2 right now has been really, really good. I just realized I wasn't with that debuff. Yeah. Addicted and it feels good. I miss what people are running in solo shuffle right now. I didn't even like the wrong talents. I know my gear's really bad. It's like part of it. Like I have no verse and I have a lot of crit. Funhouse lens still hold up for MM, or should you just bank on eventually getting House of Cards? I do think alt raid will. It'll definitely kill Sprocket. I have no idea where I want to end the alt raid. Also, that alt raid's gonna move to Thursday at some point, probably at the start of next month, because all the people that are coming are like finishing their main raids, and so their main raid only plays like one day, and so I think we're gonna move it to Thursday at some point, probably in June. But if you're like comparing yeah, like heroic Funhouse and heroic House of Cards, I would play the lens at heroic. Dang. I waited half hour for an 0-6 solo shuffle. My rating's really inflated for not having any PvP gear. It's kind of rough. Can I get a chat list? Nice.
What's the news? Watch your back.
Complete 10 deliveries, kill 5 players. Ish. 3 rares, do a delve, do a delve. BF got Lund with Avoidance and PK in her vault. Wow. That's cracked. What would I recommend for Mug? For Prog, I think BM's better because you do more execute damage, and P2 is the only hard part of Mugsy. If you can kill Mugsy really fast in P2, then you're gonna destroy that boss. MM's better for the whole fight. Like if you count P1, MM's gonna be better. But like BM Hunter is like this execute, right? And when Mugsy phases, he's at 40%, and so basically all of P2, you're gonna have your execute value. So it's really strong for that. So if you're progging, I recommend BM, and if you're on farm, I think MM's better because P1 damage. Like right now, we're phasing 3 minutes into Mugsy. So like MM's better, I think, for my guild at this point. When do you lust? We're lusting pull. If we don't have a buyer, we do that. That's what we're gonna do next week. We tried it this week, and we were getting to like 42%, and so we were like phasing like with an extra stack before the jails, basically. But it was awkward. But next week with the damage amp, you could even drop a healer. Probably. And just do that.
Good work. I'll be sure to send someone with the Defroster Pro we're testing later.
Yeah, because you think every time you phase, the boss gets an extra stack. And if you just like right. Yeah. If you like phase them really fast, and you only have 3 stacks, and so P2 is gonna be a lot easier. And you're skipping like most of like the hard parts of P1 too. 1 fewer stack and 3 jails instead of 4. You're still gonna get 4 jails in the last phase, but yeah, you get the 2 jails at the start, you skip the 3 stat, and then you go to 4 at the end. Because phasing into P2 just instantly goes to 4. Wait, did I queue for... Wait, I'm leaving. I think I queued for Epic Battleground. What the... is this? I've been in that queue this whole time. How did I even get in this queue? What am I doing? Alright, I'm just AFKing. We're gonna take a deserter. I'm not sure I remember doing that. I wonder when I did that. Oh, Fazio garbage. Alright. I'm getting my Titan Disc fragments too. Let's see. Like we're gonna do a couple more PvP matches and then go to the gym. Everyone's gonna clear this tier with the eye level increase damage amp. I think anyone who is seriously progging Mythic should be able to achieve it. Like if any guild has ever gotten cutting edge before, they'll definitely get it again. And I wonder how guilds who haven't gotten it, how many of them will get it. If any guild has ever gotten CE before, they'll get CE this year in like 3 to 4 weeks tops. Yeah. 30% damage increase? Yeah, from like the first kill to now. It's actually kind of crazy. Yeah, we're doing like absurd amounts of damage right now. Also, like picking items with dinars is really OP as well. Because it's not like just the item level, it's also the fact that it's item level and you have completely BIS pieces. Six and Sprocket were hard farming most of those late CE guilds for a month. Yeah, those are bosses where like extra gear really helps though. Like if you can fight Sprocket and never see a purple ball ever, that's insane. I'm pretty sure if we have no one dead in our main run, we're not even gonna get the second intermission. Especially if we don't have a buyer. I think if we have a buyer, we might see it still. But like, it's pretty much like solved. You skipped second intermission? Nice. We had a sale and some deaths, so we didn't, but I think if one of those things didn't happen, we would have. We basically phased it like 5% and then just like killed it. Let's almost finish casting it. Your Mythicron is hoping for. We're hoping this helps us overgear the absolutely nasty phase of most of the bosses. Yeah. Mugsy's gonna get way easier when you have like completely maxed gear. And completely maxed grade buff. Because right now we're gonna get 12%. I think we're at 9 right now. Yeah, we're about to get 12. You cap at 18, I think. I'll look at that again. That's 15 and then 18. Yeah. So we're gonna double our damage amp right now. You're gonna probably like the strat that we were doing for our main raid, where we like we phase at 3 minutes on Mugsy. I feel like that's gonna probably be an insane prog strat because only having that many stacks going in the last phase is really OP. Like P2 becomes really simple at that point. It's just can you do the jails and the mind soaks, and it's like over. Because like the healing check kind of disappears and you can still 4 heal it with that much of an amp. Roster boss? Yeah. We also did a strat for One Arm Bandit this week where we did 4 dunks. Like in Prague we did 6 and then for a little bit we did 5 and this week we did We had a buyer and we did 4. So Bandit also got a lot easier. Like that fight, that strategy will probably make its rounds cascading down the ranks at some point. Like probably next week with the damage amp, a lot of teams can probably consistently do that. Can't wait to kill Vexing the first amp. Oh, that's probably, yeah, that's gonna be sick. We get her to like 25% right now. Is that right, Huya? So wait, 9% more damage. And we single heal. Because we 3 healed this week. I think we could single heal, or maybe even no heal, to be honest. Like if we're gonna kill in that first amp, can we no heal? Will my guild be selling mythic boss kills? We already do. We sell full raid clears. Like any boss basically. 1 person at a time. At some point we will probably change that to 2 buyers at once. But not at the moment. You understand the fires are both up in the world, you don't know which you die to? I'm trying to think. I think the intermission pulses damage, right? Or something? Maybe if everyone a chance to leech, you live.
We got Dark Fuse coming in hot. Lots of Dark Fuse. But you're the leading expert at killing them.
How much do you sell them for? Every boss is a little different. Yo Nippo, thanks for the sub. I don't do all the sales exactly, so I don't know the exact prices. I think a full clear is like 30 something million. You get loot funnel and the mount, and then each individual boss is somewhere between nothing and that. I think like if you want one of the first couple, it's like 2 to 4 mil, something like that. Yep, no problem. The animation you can talk about is the dot she puts on everyone in P1's concerning. Your healing sounds like a stretch. We did do like, I think it was Nyalotha when we got Giga Strong at the end. We did like no heal Rathian strats where we'd just like nuke him and stuff like that. Like a lot of first bosses you can kind of 1 heal or no heal. Like some of the early ones. Like it's gonna be cool at some point. We'd probably like 2 heal Crucible or Cauldron of Carnage. I mean, the healing the boss felt a little painful. 1 healing is 100% possible. A little more gear. Yeah. Yeah, we just know we had 3 this week and we were invincible and we are like, wait, we should drop something. You 2 heal Cauldron this week and several people cleaving too. Whoa. I think we're still 3 healing. I actually don't remember what we did, but I think we have 1 person soloing aside and then we have 2 people kind of like just hitting aside. Let's see. I'm comparing my stats to some of these people. They just that case verse, normal. They're all playing exactly this build. This guy's going like full aggro build. So interesting. He's playing the Lust. How many phases we gonna mug with that full Lust strat? 2 metal, 1 dirt? Yes. It's like the start was the same, and then we went dirt, did the 2 jails, came back, and then just killed them. You had to have the fire spawn. The thing is, Dread, is we struggled with it a little bit. The thing is you want to wait until we figure out how to do the liquid weak aura. So what happens is the note only, it thinks there's 3 jails when 4 spawn in the last phase. So we went back at the last second, but we would have killed him. He was at like 15% when the jail spawned, so he was like very like weak. But like it doesn't assign properly, and so we called it at the last second, but and I went back to the other strat. But like, yeah, I don't know. Once we figure out like what's wrong with the weaker, like I don't know, like there, you know, the notes, like it has like the group 1 jails, the group 2 jails, the group 3 jails. Maybe we just delete the group 2 jails and maybe it works, or maybe like Liquid needs to update it entirely. Like I don't know, maybe it doesn't have the functionality. We'd have to like dig deeper. But like we ran into that problem. We were like, oh, let's just not do any of this. We went back. Yeah, I don't know if they're doing it, but they probably should. The thing is with a buyer, it gets a little dicier. Maybe with the damage amp they will. don't know what's happening, but we're just fighting middle. I think I'm so low MMR because I lost a couple that everyone's just like very low MMR too. Those first few matches when we're all like 2400 and 2100 and stuff was really rough though. I just jumped off. It's so funny. Am I wearing 4-piece? What the? Where is this monk? What did I just do to him? Did anyone just see that? What? I tried to, so I stunned him right here because I was gonna knock him off, and I somehow knocked him like into the ground. I don't actually know what just happened to him. That's funny. We just got destroyed too. Because of that. Everyone came mid for some reason and we lost both our towers twice. That's crazy. That Banch killed Mythic Galley tonight and I got the mount and brought ring right after. Ooh, nice. Rats. Big galley. Hmm. Do I want to queue for another one? Hmm. Not really. Yeah, it's big. You know what you're gonna buy? Oh, they keep up actually so fast that I will just do another one. But kind of a slog. I wonder how much conquest I have. Can I buy anything else yet? 516. I'm like close to buying like something. Could craft something small. I just need to get rid of all this crit. Some piece that has a ton of crit. I think these boots gotta go. Maybe I can craft them. Mail. No, it's not going to be there. Here it is. Reds. Okay. 24. I'll like craft those right now. That'll give me a lot.
My directive is to serve you. My thanks for your patronage.
Also do something where like craft like pants maybe. Now let's just do this. Do I have the missive already? No, I don't. Okay, so I need a missive of the Aurora. And yeah, totally fine. Also need Gouts March. Yeah, that's what I want. Nice. And then I enchant them. Bench, the other night I was on a mount that almost looked like a koi fish. I know the name? Yes, it's the... Let me find it for you. There's a couple in the game. This is the one you're thinking of? But there's like 3 or 4 that have the same model. But this is the one in specific you're thinking of. Hello, I've been playing WoW for about a month now. Don't really know much about equipment or MM. What would be the best trinket, and are there any situations that you would want to run different trinkets? For MM, you typically play Pacemaker, this one, and House of Cards. You pretty much just always play these two for the most part. There's some diversity on which one you can play here. You could also play Signet of the Priory, and you could also play Funhouse Lens. But you pretty much always play Pacemaker and then one of these 3 in keys. Cool, thanks, dude. Yeah, no problem. But like my first trinket is pretty much Pacemaker in all scenarios, and then it's one of these 3 in the other one. And then sometimes in Raid, some people swap these 2 as well. Nice. All right, I got big verse on these boots now, and I lost a lot of crit. That's good. That's what rings is Jaster any good? Yeah, it's your hard bis, but it does require you to have good crit on basically every other piece of your gear needs to have crit for it to work out, which can be kind of hard to do. But like you need everything else to be bis. Because the problem with Jasters is it doesn't have any crit. And MM loves crit so much that, like, if you look how much crit I have 24k, and that's with the Jasters. You're giving up basically an entire ring's worth of crit. And like normally people play like something like this, right? Like a high crit one. Like they get a lot of their crit from that. But you're not going to have that. And so you're going to want to like, careful with that. So like sometimes Jaster doesn't sim well for people, but yeah, it's because they don't have enough crit typically.
And don't mumble.
Dang. I want to catalyze some stuff for PvP, but I think I would regret that for PvE. That sucks. What do I think about survival? For keys, I think MM's the best by a long bit right now. I think survival and BM are kind of tied. They have different strengths and weaknesses. I think I should just take this Q. Oh, I missed it. All right. Well, I just wasted a lot of time, but I was thinking too hard. I wasn't like fully geared yet. I'd rather play this. And then enchant it with probably Radiant Power. Nice. All right, I'm cutting my crit down quite a bit now. Nice, my social Q instantly repopped. That's crazy. Where do I make up the missing crit from the using Jaster? It's usually my necklace and my other ring, and then every other piece I have is high crit. Hi Marvel. What about BM Mythic Plus? It's okay, good or bad? Again, I think MM is like very, very, very strong. The other 200 specs are like a tier lower for sure. But if you really like BM, you can make it work. In some dungeons, it's a little worse than MM. In some dungeons, it's a lot worse. But I would say for any key below like 18, it doesn't matter which spec you play out of the 3. You're asking because you timed all 12 on survival and you like playing it, you even do more damage than MM, and you don't know if I should reroll this MM for the rest of the season. It depends how hard you want to min max. If you care more about timing highest keys possible and doing like the most damage on the meter, MM's gonna be better for you. But if you just really like playing survival, like you can just stick with that. Did my guy just... I think I might be over. I got a second. Oh, there's no way. Nice, okay. I barely got that lock. That was crazy. Also, I'm taking off this hero talent. This is not good. Actually, maybe I take this off. Yeah, this is good. Better. I need to play my kite better on the monk. That guy basically killed me like 3 times. I just got lucky. That was a stressful one. Yeah. Oh. Damn. How quick is it to get into PvP? You think I'm doing some BGs? Like the queues, they're pretty long right now, but I'm also at like negative rating. I think once you hit like at least 1,000, the queues pick up a lot. But it's been like 20-minute queues for each. I'm just queuing for both solo shuffle and BGs. I love when I have no idea what I'm doing in PvP. And I just love the idea. I feel like I'm causing, there's like chaos involved in this. But like my group is like, who should we go on? And I just pick someone at complete random. I don't have actually no idea if it's the right option or not. Like this mage just asked who to go on, and I was like, definitely the monk. I have no idea. Oh, there's no way. That was a good stun. I think this guy was maybe dead. I'm gonna trap this red off of him. Oh, well, I got the healer accidentally. It's not good. Oh, we just got fucked. Nice. Yeah, that link actually saved me. That target swap was insane. I feel like I got like one shot. This guy's cracked. He's also like pretty low ratings. He's probably a really good alt where he's just cracked. Oh, alright. We are going to Binding Shot. I'm getting out of there. No, it's good in cap. Oh, can't follow up now. Unless. Oh, I should have kicked that. Nice. Good target swap. Like I was on the mage the whole time, then we just took out the monk. Yeah, we should do twos. I have this much rating in twos. Oh, damn. It kind of baited me. That was good of him. Oh, I like just pet sacked him too and he's still dead. Unfortunate. Yeah, this rat's owning. And the shaman. You have like 0 gear? I'm in the same boat, Huya. If you do 1 win in either, you get 9 crafted item pieces, so you can get both rings and a neck insta. That's what I recommend, because it gets you all the like verse you need that you probably don't have from your other specs. Oh. Dang, I didn't purge the altar. Unfortunately. Dang. Yo, this Windwalker was really pissed off, I think. From the way it seemed. What's my spell queue window set to? 150. Sometimes it's 200 though. It's 150 right now. Nice. Okay, I did my quest to do like 2 solo shuffle matches, so I got a bunch of rewards. Nice. I think I can craft another item now. Boom. Boom. Alright, what do I go for next? I already have a socket on my belt. Like that's a low prio spot. I want to craft like a cloak or a bracer just to be able to move my thing. In the Hopeful's mage coaching video at 150 at the press buttons 4 times per second in all these globals. Is that recommended or is that not recommended? What's his formula for that? Like if you're at 200, what does it turn into? All right, let me do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like I'm going a little bit faster than that, to be honest. Maybe that's not good. Let's see. Oh, the thing is this already does that. And to craft a PvP cloak. Let's see, what are the mats for that? Armor, miscellaneous, cloak. No, that's not it. There we go. Have to be those.
My directive has been fulfilled.
And Algari, Missive of the Aurora. bias effort weapons for BM versus MM. I typically always just use the Muggsy one for everything, but I'm trying to gear for PvP, and so I wanted less crit, basically. Like if you see like the equipment sets at the bottom of this, I have just this one for PvP, and then I have this one for like BM, MM, and MM, Dark Ranger. Hey Bench, Boogie with a dumb question. You played BM Hunter and you got a Myth tournament arc last week. Should I run that in single target fights over a Max Hero Tiny Pellet? Yes. Yeah, you run it. Basically, Tiny Pal on single target is like 2 item level upgrades, but if you're gonna run a Max Myth tournament arc, it's gonna be better. Basically.
I have calibrated my prices to be reasonable. I have an extended supply of goods for Outlanders. My thanks for your patronage. My directive is to serve you.
All right, this guy's got me. That guy's like, is he a bot? This guy just like instantly responded. Like, what do people pay? Like 5,000? I don't know. Thank you very much. Yep.
Return and peruse my inventory again.
It's wild. Okay, and then I had to recraft one of these rings with a I already got my cloak. Oh yeah. Perfect. Alright, now I need to find need marbled stone. And what is this thing called? All the PvPers use this. Elemental focusing lens? Yeah.
I have calibrated my prices to be reasonable.
Recraft order. If the same guy reached out to me and was like, yo, do me. You're 5,500 again. Let's do 5,000 actually, flat. Yeah, that's the right one. Oh, what a great way to make gold. I guess me 10k. And he has like Instacrafts on. Nice. Alright, that's good. And now I need to enchant this with speed. What speed is this? So it's 545 avoidance, 250 speed, 1020 leech. How much is the bracer? 1000 speed. Interesting. Alright, holiday bracer last at this point. I'm losing sockets. There's like a min-max there. I don't want to lose too many sockets. Is Tiny Pal the best weapon for MM? Yeah. Basically for single target, it's gonna be like 1% better than any weapon at the same item level. And if it's and like 0.2% more over the course of like a whole key. So it's just for MM and BM on single target. And then that just makes it better keys as well. Cool. I feel like I should be enchanting verse. Radiant verse. I have so little. Pathfinder would be a lot better than a heroic Tiny Pal. Yeah, it should be. You can also sim it. Are you familiar with like simulation craft and like raid bots and SimC and stuff? The higher item level weapon will be better in AoE for sure, and likely also single target. But your sim would tell you like for sure. But if you're only running a heroic Tiny Pal, I would say a crafted weapon is just the best thing you can get. Okay, nice. Are familiar? Cool. Oh, my blitz spawned. Alright, we'll do this too. I have a video guide on MM. Like rotationally, no. I did make a video on where to purchase your dinars, but I don't have like a rotation guide or anything like that. I mainly my YouTube content is mainly just successful keys that we time that are IO for me, and then I just post the VOD for people to like watch all of those if they're interested. Like how I live a certain fighter, what cooldowns I use and what packs and stuff.
I supply only the finest goods. Have a good one. Open for business. See you around. What are you looking for? Safe travel. I know just the thing, Wanderer.
Dang, sucks. Swap pets so I can lust. Wait.
It's too far away. I need to get closer. I'm out of range.
They're double healing mid. Interesting. Alright, I'm gonna pull out Yef. I want to lust. The Rogue. The Rogue's coming out at stables. He's fighting Crushing Blow. There's no way. I already set a base. Alright, I'll come help you. Nice, we got it. Feel like let's see. Big battle in mid still. Can you get here fast enough? I want to go fight mid. Wait, that DK just hard trolled me. Alright, well. Dang. Ended up losing ML because of that. Or LM. I think we went off of just Blacksmith. This guy needs to win his fight over a farm though. Like we're about to lose, I think. We're very tight. Okay, nice. Let's see, what's my conquest at? Have another item yet?
My directive is to serve you.
It should. At some point I want to upgrade my trinkets. That'd be a good purchase. Apparently I run a different meta gym. I play the CC reduction one. Called Enduring Bloodstone. Let's see.
My directive is to serve you. calibrated my prices to be reasonable.
This up for tomorrow.
My directive has been fulfilled.
And then I will recraft this bracer. I think tomorrow I'm gonna do some Sentinel keys. Nice. When he's back to haste once the week's over. Alright, well anyway, that was all for my stream today, chat. It was a quick one. It was just like a quick raid and then I guess some PvP. That was kind of spontaneous. I don't normally PvP, so this was making progress towards the 2100 Mog at some point. I find someone to host. Bond's live. All right, we're hosting up Bond. I would host him in a little bit. Okay, hey guys, thanks for hanging around. I'll be live for main team keys on Saturday and Sunday and Monday. And if I'm live Thursday and Friday, it'll be like smaller sessions probably. With not my main group or stuff like this. Hey guys.